Okay, a lot of things have been built on this truck pretty much brainless. Some things were coming from the need of the previous owner. So he was traveling with a big family and he has built in additional bedrooms for the kids. This is one, that's the next one. So that's something I will change because I need more storage space and I just need sleeping space for myself. The other thing you see here, this is how I can go to the front, and it's not a very big space, but they started to reduce the space even by building such a small entry. So I can extend this much further. Also, I will make this with a real locker, so the part here will be not reachable without a key from the front. That's very important if you start to ship your truck overseas and someone else is driving the truck on the ferry. So let's go on to the next thing, what they screwed up. As you can see here, the door is not able to open completely and you always have to squeeze yourself in and out. Also, the room here, it's extremely limited, so the setup is pretty much brainless. You have a shower where you can mount up there, but you have no space to move because there is the toilet seat in your way. So you can see here the toilet and the very limited space you have. It is almost impossible to clean yourself in this extremely small sink. You have open storage areas, so everything you have in there will be falling out when you're doing off-roading. It's completely brainless build-up. The pantry looks nice at a first glance, but if you take a closer look, they have screwed things up. Beneath there is the refrigerator, and they discover they have not enough space for the cooking area. So they added up, building a very strong, big wooden part, which is extremely heavy on top, just to get enough space for the cooking area. So this is something that comes out completely, and I will lift all this so that there is enough room. You see above the refrigerator that I don't need this extra heavy wooden part. As I said before, I have to reduce weight. The other brainless thing, look at this small size sink. Just put my hand in so you get an idea. It's impossible to wash anything bigger than cups or plates. If you have a pan or something, it's impossible to wash it there. I tried it, it's not possible. Also here we have the open storage area where everything can fall out. Not a good idea for off-roading. So this is the seating area. It looks nice and comfy. It is. But this is also the area where I have to sleep. And imagine you have to do every day, build up your bed here and remove everything every day. That's possible if you're just on a 3 weeks vacation, but if you want to live in this truck for a couple of years, that's impossible. So this area will be made as a sleeping area, and maybe I will have a small area just for having dinner. Currently there is a chemical toilet installed, and usually the opening to get the waste out of the toilet usually goes outside of the truck, but not what they made here. They put it in the wrong direction. So to get it out, you have to open a cover here, and then you have to take your excrements through your truck and get it out of the truck. So here comes the next brainless thing. It looks nice, how they build up all the technical things. But you already can hear running, there's a fan running. So let's look where it comes from. And when we open up, we see here is all the high power running. This is where the mains comes in. This is where the battery voltage will be generated to have all the power supply for the whole truck. And there is no opening for any air circulation to cool things down. Instead, they made very close wooden parts, so there's absolutely no airflow around. And you can see that the fan is running the whole time. Also, when you look down at the wiring, so this is probably hard to see, this is horrible. So you can't wait until this truck will be burned up by a short in the circuits or whatever. Next thing is that the work itself is not done very well. You see, this is the lock, and already the first screws are out. And this has been built in 2014. So that's all work on this truck. It's made nice. If you're just looking at the truck, but if you want to use it, you will soon discover that things were done brainless, they were done fast, and not for reliability. So my plan currently is to tear everything apart, get everything out, and build the truck up from scratch new. So I plan to change the whole power supply. Currently I just have standard big car battery down there, and as I said before, I want to move the heavy water tank back to the back where now the battery is. And in the area in the front where I first told are the old sleeping areas, I will build up a new battery area built with lithium batteries. So I'm an engineer in electronics, I've built battery packs, so I know how to deal with lithium batteries, and I will build up a nice pack, put enough solar power on the roof, and it will change from the gas cooking to electrical cooking. So everything on this truck will be made brand new. Beside the power supply things, there's also one topic that separates people like nothing else. It's the toilet discussion. Currently there is a chemical toilet in. It's similar to the things you know from the airplanes, where you have with just a minimum amount of water you can flush out everything. If you're planning to do long time traveling, going through areas where water might be difficult to get, it's always a good idea to save water wherever it's possible. So this is why I changed the toilet to a separation toilet, which means you separate the liquid from the solid. And as long as you don't mix it, it doesn't start to smell. Most people don't believe it, but it is so. And you then have just the liquid, which you can find everywhere a place where you can dump it. And you have the solid stuff, which goes just to the trash. The only thing you have to do, just do something on top, like from wood, some things, or what you need for your animals at home to cover their solid waste. So it's easy to handle that, and you need absolutely no water. That's a big advantage of these. There's another example of how brain dead they have worked. You see this nice storage areas on the top, and all of a sudden you see one that comes without a cover. So first you think, okay, maybe it's due because down there I have my pantry and these are the things you want to grab easily. But if you look up, you will see that there is the roof window. And then you realize, okay, these open to the top. If you look at that one, it goes like that. There was simply not enough space to open it that way. So it would have been hitting the roof up there. And that's why they discover, okay, then we leave it open. So this is how the truck was built up. They just start to work without thinking about things. They just start working, and then they see, oh, okay, there's something that didn't work out. And this is where I have to do a whole cleanup of this truck.